Hello everybody and welcome. Today we have a Champions League phase match against one of two sides that we identified as being the big teams that we were going to struggle against in this year's Champions League. But we beat Barcelona last time out. The question is, can we do the same to Real Madrid? Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 28 of Where Eagles Dare as we manage Crystal Palace for the FM26 Beta Save. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. The aforementioned Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League phase matchday 6. That's our second game of the episode. Before that, we travelled to Stamford Bridge for a match against Chelsea, who we lost to twice last season in the Premier League. Can we beat them for the first time in this series? We're going to find out in Premier League match day 15. And that's coming up on today's episode. Since you were last with us, in fact, last time out, the aforementioned, we beat Barcelona 3-2. Admittedly, it was at home. Real Madrid is away from home. It's not going to be easy. And then, of course, we went and lost 3-0 to Arsenal, who overtook us in the Premier League. But since then, we have played a game against Leeds United. 4-2 we beat Leeds United. That man Said Al-Amala, 79 and 91, 2 goals for him. Really, we should have kept him out. We were 3 goals to the good when Mala scored on 79 minutes. 2 minutes later, Eddie Nketiah put it back to 4-1. And then right in the added time at the end of that first half, Mala made it look a bit more respectable at 4-2. Eddie Nketiah leading the attack, getting a start ahead of Mateta, and he scored 2 goals. Ismail Assar getting a goal just before half-time. He did pick up an injury, though, and will probably miss both of today's games. And Dalshi Kamada, a rarish goal for him. He does score, but not that often. But he did manage to get a goal in there as well. So that is a good win. But back onto winning ways, as it were. The table looking like this going into today's round of games. And Arsenal are top still. They've played 14 games on 33 points. Liverpool now tucked into second. They've played a game more than us, so we do need to win against Chelsea if we are to get back in front of Liverpool. Otherwise, we will drop down to third as a very bare minimum, and possibly even further, because Manchester City are on 31 points just behind us. And Tottenham, they are on a 10-game unbeaten run, 5 straight wins in the Premier League. They are on a rich vein of form and not easy to beat, I'm thinking. They've only lost twice this season, and the 2 games that they've lost were against Chelsea and Liverpool. So they're doing very, very well. They are in 5th place and pushing hard at there. Then there's a big gap down to Chelsea, our first opponents of today's episode. They are on 23 points. They're 7 points adrift of Tottenham as it stands. And they've a bit sporadic. They've won 2 of their last 5, drawn 1 and lost the other 2. So that is how we stack up on today's episode. As I already told you, Ismail Assar has picked up a knock in that last game, so we'll miss certainly our first game of the episode, and I'm thinking possibly the second game of the episode against Real Madrid as we travel to the Bernabeu for that one. That coming up after we've seen Premier League match day 15 against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. As I did say, we did lose to them twice last season, 2-1 on both occasions. And here is the side that will face Chelsea in this Premier League match day 15 at Stamford Bridge. It's Benitez continuing in goal, and Gori comes in for Mitchell on the left side of defence. Gay and Lacroix in central defence. Manus out on the right. Kamada and Doucouré are our midfield. Wharton gets a rest today. And then attacking midfield with injured Sarr, of course. We got Pino, Uche and Raksaki, and Ketia continues to lead the attack up front. The bench looking like this. It's Henderson, Guy, Mitchell, Drogosin, Lerma, Yarami, Wharton, Mateta and Bireth. And here we are at Stamford Bridge. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 with Jackson leading the attack, making 7 changes to the side that lost to Liverpool 2-0. We reverted back to our 4-2-3-1 today. We are in 3rd place. Liverpool playing the early game against Everton and winning. As the teams come out onto the pitch, we're playing in our gold today. And Chelsea playing in their familiar all blue. And Nketiah getting us underway. Angori out to Pino. Pino's brought down. Free kick. Just a couple of minutes on the clock. Chalobah. Lavia. Chalobah goes out wide to Neto. Neto, clean bill of ales, and he's gone for the far post and missed. Neto could be the man that we've got to keep a hold of. Benitez to Guy. Guy to Angori. Angori giving that ball away to that man Neto. And Neto, he's going to drop his shoulder again, and he's danger out here. We need to sort him out. Neto in space, and I think it's a goal, to be fair. Pedro Neto. It was a goal. Chipped from way back, and we're a goal down inside the first 5 minutes. Neto to the byline, hits it first time. And, I mean, technically, he is in front of everybody else, but the ball's going backwards. And Benitez should have got there, really. We have a corner. It's going to be a short one by the looks of it. Angori to take the corner. Plays it short to Pino. Angori chips it in. And it's only punched away. And it's gone wide. Not quite sure who took the shot there. Let's have a quick look. If we can. We'll go 10 seconds the other way. Ball comes in. It's going to fall to Nketiah on the edge of the area. And just couldn't get it on target. Robert Sanchez to take the goal kick. Hato's in 2 minds which way to go there. Yao Pedro's come deep. Finds Lavia. And Neto into space for Jackson to come back off the post. And an offside for sure this time. One minute added on at the end of this first half. We are in that minute. Lecroux. Benitez, Guy, Angore, and it's half time. We're a goal down. And in 5 minutes, Pedro Neto to Jackson, putting it away. And we've not found a way back in as it is at the moment, albeit we have got back into the game, as you'll see. We've had sporadic. They've not had all the game. We've had 53% of the possession, 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.23. Need to be clinical with our chances. We've had 3 of them. Not done anything with it so far. They've had 5 shots and 2. Needs to be better in the second half. It's Pedro getting us underway for this second half, and we need to be trying to get a goal back sooner than later. The highlight is going to continue, which is a bit of a worry. Hato. Yao Pedro, but it's cut out by Manus. Back to Benitez. Lecroux. Manus. Kamada. And Kamada's pickpocketed, but Doucouré was there backing up. Kamada finds Nketiah. Nketiah, Pino! And a good save by Sanchez. That was going in. And we'd have been back on terms very quickly in this second half. Angori. No Wharton to take its near post and not got there. Pino, Angore to Pino. It's gone in. Jeremy Pino. And we are level after just a little under 2 minutes of this first half. They struck early in the first half. We've struck early in the second. Got ourselves back in this game. Angore and Pino working together. Pino strikes it, drills it, basically, through the pack of people. And I think Sanchez saw it late. They have a free kick. It's chipped in. I've not cleared it. Quenda, and he's in. Oh, he's missed, thankfully. Colwell on the ball. Quenda, and Lacroix takes it off him. And we have a counter on here. Nketiah comes forward. He's gone out on that left wing, of course. Uche, Doucouré through to Mateta. Raksaki out to Drogosin, who's playing as the wing back and just wide from Nketiah. Pedro, and he's been stolen in midfield. Much better since that early goal. Angore, Guy, Kamada, back to Guy, Lacroix to Doucouré to Raksaki. Raksaki finds Uche on his own. Uche puts it away from Raksaki, and we take a 2-1 lead on 75 minutes. And, well, it was well worked. Uche on his own in the end. Cuts inside the defender, and he knew he was in the penalty area. The defender couldn't bring him down, and Uche does what Uche does well, saw the side net in and put it away. Angore with a throw-in on that far side. Guy, Doucouré, Kamada, Uche to Doucouré, Lacroix to Drogosin to Kamada finds Nketiah. Oh my goodness me. Five minutes added on at the end of this game, and we're going from positive to balanced. And we have got a win at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. What we needed, 49% of the possession, 16 shots, 7 on target, 1.18. We definitely come into that game, had the majority of the second half, and, well, eventually we did take our chances. The fact that we got back level early in the second half was a bonus, and then it was just a case of finding that chance when it came along. And Uche, of course, taking it, giving us a 2-1 win at Stamford Bridge, the first time that we have beaten Chelsea, and it does mean that we stay quite in a good position in the table. And by virtue of that win, Manchester City drawing 0-0 with Newcastle. Tottenham beating Nottingham Forest by 2-0. There's still a game to play. Arsenal are playing West Ham in the 5:30, and Brentford playing Norwich. I don't think either of those, don't think Brentford-Norwich will affect us too much. Table then looks like this. Still games to be played. We are 2 points clear of Arsenal, and Arsenal we would expect to get a win, so they will remain 1 point in front of us. But we have then a 2-point gap over Tottenham and Liverpool, both on 33 points. Manchester City have dropped points, and they are down in 5th place on 32, and that win against Chelsea means that the gap is now 10 points. Sorry, not 10 points, it's 12 points down to Chelsea, who are in 6th place. So opened a little bit of a gap, and means that we're definitely staying in the European places as it stands. But it's all down to how Arsenal get on in their game, come back just ahead of the game against Real Madrid, and bring you up to date with the table and what we need to do in the Champions League. Well, we come back on match day, and before we focus on the game against Real Madrid, I can tell you West Ham have pulled a result out of the bag against Arsenal. a 2-0 win, which is good news for us. More of that in a moment. Brentford 1, Norwich 1. Bournemouth beating Coventry 3-2. Leeds United beating Brighton by 1-0. And the Monday game, Fulham beating Manchester United by 2-1, which means after 15 games, this is how the table looks. We've gone back on top. 2 points clear of Arsenal now in second place. Tottenham are in third on goal difference behind Arsenal. And then Liverpool also on 33, all 2 points behind us. And Manchester City are in fifth on 32, 3 points adrift of us. And then 10 points adrift of us in sixth place is Leeds United, with Chelsea dropping down into seventh. That is how that is going into the Champions League games today. Champions League, I can tell you, some games have been played and Barcelona have moved back up. They've obviously won. But Real Madrid are leading at the moment, and they've still got a game in hand. Manchester City also on 13 points. We are down in a lowly 21st. If we don't get a result today, we definitely need to win our last 2 games of the league phase in January to make sure we secure a playoff place. And here we are, the UEFA Champions League match day 6. Well, we didn't think we were going to win match day 5, but we did. Can we do the same again today? This is the side that we are putting out at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid. It's Benitez continuing in goal. And Gori continues on the left side. Had a good game last time out. Guy and Drogosin moves in from that wing-back position that he came on as substitute and did very well. But he replaces Lecroux in central defence. Manus out on the right. Wharton as the deep-lying playmaker. Lerma in front of him as the midfield playmaker, and then across the attacking midfield it's Pino out on the left, Uche in central, Raksaki out on the right. Sarr isn't fit, so won't appear today, and Nketiah continues to lead the attack up front, although he needs to be a bit more potent than he was in the last match. The bench looking like this: it's Henderson, Guy, Mitchell, Lecroux, Kamada, Yarami, Doucouré, Mateta, Bireth, Dans, Mustafa and Richards. And here we are at the Bernabeu, and they make one change from the side that beat Espanyol by 4-0, and they are playing a 4-2-3-1. We are 21st. They are first in the league table as it stands. And the Champions League football looking resplendent as it always does. As the teams come out of the pitch, Real Madrid, Los Blancos, of course, playing in all white. And we revert to our home kit, hence the shirt change. And it's Vinicius Jr. getting us underway, and all big names. Lunin, who's the one change from the last game. I'm not quite sure why we're glitching, to be honest. I don't think the computer's having too much problem. CPU's looking okay. And a chance goes over the top, and I think there was a save there, or a deflection. And Trent Alexander-Arnold. Pino winning that ball, but loses it straight away. And we've not had a look in the first 25 minutes. It's been a very tame affair. That through to Bellingham. Bellingham not on target. I didn't think we can get the screen up, and it's glitching somewhat. I'm not sure why we're glitching. Do apologise. Bellingham, and we lost that ball back there, and that ball out wide to Rodrigo. Rodrigo cuts inside. Ball's defended and player brought down. Angori already on a yellow card. We're going to have to be careful. It's definitely going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. And, well, Gulia brought down, and Gulia will take the penalty. Let's hope Benitez is up to it. And he isn't. And Arda Güler scores and gives Real Madrid the lead on 40 minutes. I'm not sure why all this... Oh, there we go. It's just come back. Güler and Benitez getting down, but didn't get down quick enough. Rudiger to Mitado. Rudiger again. Rudiger comes forward. Cannonvinga. Carreras. 2 minutes added on, and we are in the second minute of the added on time. Güler. Be good to go in just 1-0 down. And it is all over for the first half as the ball goes through to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And there's all sorts of glitching and stuff going on here. I'm not sure what's going on. We've not had a lot of that game. I'm not sure. But we are only a goal behind, and from the penalty spot, which means that we are hanging on to them just about. We've got 38% of the possession. We've had 3 shots, nothing on target today. And that means Nketiah isn't firing all cylinders up front. Jeremy has picked up a knock on that, or Jeremy Pino on that left side. So maybe some changes at half time. They've had 9 shots, 5 on target. So far, we've only conceded that 1 goal. It would there's still an opportunity for us to get back in this game. A draw would be very nice. And Mateta come on at half-time in place of Jeremy Pino, who's got a knee injury. And he gets the second half underway. Manus to Lerma. Raksaki. Lerma goes out wide to Nketiah, who's gone out on that wing. Can we get a goal back here early doors? We can. And it's Uche that puts it away. And it's 1-1 early in the second half. In fact, inside the first 30 seconds, we've done the same as what we did against Chelsea. Can we go and steal this? Really, really good play from the restart. And Uche just getting a finest flick on that to put it in the back of the net. They have a corner. The man who scored from the penalty spot, Güler. Oh, I'm not sure what's that's come back off the woodwork, I think. Or Lerma certainly got rid of it. And it's still alive. But Mateta is an offside. And just thinking about making some changes. We got glitching again going on here. I need to restart the computer or something. Something's going on. Bellingham's been thwarted by Walton, and oh dear. Aki run through the defence. Walton stopping Bellingham, but the rest of them just stood and watched Aki run through. Aki picking the ball up here, look. Goes past Walton, and really, Drogosin should have moved out for him. But as it was, stood off him and let him run into the space. And Aki, Benitez not anywhere near it. As we head towards 90 minutes, we've not found another way through. And they have a corner. Diaz to take it. And it's glitching again. Really don't know what's happened. And it's gone over the top. 6 minutes added on. And it's all over. And we've gone down to a... Well, as I say, it's gone glitchy. And I don't know why, because the CPU usage, and I think it's stuck now. Well, finally did come back, and we got a crowd back as well. I'm not sure what's going on. It's all of a sudden gotten very, very glitchy and not good. But we've lost 2-1. Aki after 69. We've not been absolutely pummeled. Well, we have been pummeled, but we've had chances, and we didn't really take any chances. We only had 2. Scored from one of them, and I thought when we scored very early in the second half, we perhaps put ourselves in a position where we might get something out of the game. But alas, we haven't, and we haven't been beaten out of sight either. So we did compete with them, but they had 25 shots, 10 on target, 2.72. We've had 35% of the possession, 9 shots, 2 on target, 0.73. We always thought we were going to lose, but we've only lost by 1. Well, Jeremy Pino's only been out for a couple of days, 2 to 4 days. He's got a twisted knee, so luckily he's okay. We've got a couple of players that need a rest apparently, so we'll have a look at that with a view to how we are. How does the Champions League look after that round of games? A number of teams secured playoff places, including Newcastle, Liverpool and Manchester City. Playoff places as it is. We are still in 21st place on 7 points, but we have definitely got to win our last 2 games of the campaign. That goes without any doubt. We've lost 3 of our 5 games that we've played up to 6 games that we've played up to now. Is it 6 or 5? I thought it was 5 games. 6 games with 2 to play. It is 6 games with 2 to play. So we definitely need to be winning our final 2 games if we are to stand any chance of a playoff place. That's all coming up in a future episode. I can tell you that we have drawn Tottenham in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Goodness me, that's going to be a toughie. If ever I did see one, and we already played them this season. We have. We drew 1-1 at their place, and we're at their place again. So that's going to be a good one. Ipswich and Aston Villa offline. We're going to come back for Newcastle and West Ham. Newcastle at St James's Park, West Ham at Selhurst Park, and then we will come back probably for Tottenham and Manchester United, I'm thinking, albeit we do have Liverpool and Rapid Vienna coming up immediately after that, as we need to win against Rapid Vienna and also against Sparta Prague if we are to stand any chance, as I have already said, of being in those playoff places when it comes to the Champions League and progressing our season just a little bit further in the Champions League. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Where Eagles Dare as they are released. New episodes, Where Eagles Dare. I tried to release them Monday and Thursdays at 4:15. It doesn't work every week because of all sorts of other things going on. And I thought once we got past Christmas and having our kitchen sorted, that things would get back on an even keel, but don't seem to have, and I do apologise. But the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 29. As we face Newcastle and West Ham in the Premier League. Question is, will we still be on top? And can we stay on top through to the end of the year? Join me next time and find out. Till then, bye-bye.